As the Ethereum price falls nearly 8% today, are we due to see a huge dip back to the downside along with Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market, or are we about to see something very interesting happening? In today's episode, we're going to look at some of the news, talk about some market psychology, as well as look at the Ethereum charts to see what is going on with the Ethereum price and make some predictions. Now guys, I've talked about this in the past. Famous quote from Warren Buffett being, "Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful." And what does it really mean? It means that most people tend to buy the tops and sell the bottoms. They buy the tops when they're being greedy and they want to buy more, and they see the price shooting up and they're getting FOMO, etc. And they tend to sell the bottoms because they bought at the top and then they're trying to cut their losses, etc. But the big money is doing the opposite to this. So we can kind of get the better of our emotions and play it like the big money, then we have a much better chance at making some good returns. Now obviously, the price has dropped and it doesn't happen for no reason. We did see a lot of Ethereum returning on Monday back onto exchanges, and if money is on exchanges, it does tend to mean that we are likely to see some of that changing perhaps into other cryptocurrencies or back into US dollar Tether, etc., ready for a potential bit of a drop. And we saw nearly 800,000 Ethereum coins being sent to exchanges on Monday, and I'm sure, having seen the price drop, that there will be more continuing to return. So Ethereum whale activity has increased significantly since the start of the week, as Ethereum addresses sent approximately 800,000 coins to the lending digital exchanges on Monday the 23rd. According to the same data, crypto analytics firm Sentiment, whale accounts deposited nearly 2 billion worth of Ethereum to crypto exchanges, which is the most since June the 21st. It doesn't necessarily mean that we are about to see a drop, but there's probably a lot of people who are talking about getting involved in Ethereum right now. The price is quite high. You perhaps had a lot of your friends asking you about Ethereum, whether they should be buying it, because you've obviously been making some good gains over the last few weeks if you bought in at the lower levels below $2,000 and sort of lower $2,000, etc. We then see Forbes talking about bankers with seismic warning, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Cardano, etc., all looking at a potential drop. Bitcoin price being over $50,000 for the first time since May, double-digit gains among many other cryptocurrencies. The market cap has climbed over 2.1 trillion, up from 1.1 trillion just 1 month ago. So there could be a bit of fear coming into the market, and that means that potentially they are looking for people to sell off their crypto. We did talk about the availability of Ethereum the other day, reaching all-time lows. So, we are now looking that potentially there's a way that the whales are moving people's sentiment around, and I'm not saying that definitely we're going to see the price increase, but when we're seeing all this kind of fear, etc., entering the market through news stations, think about what they're trying to get you to do, because ultimately there's always some sort of a hidden agenda behind all of this. Okay, and the last piece of news, Ethereum extends decline, why Ethereum could revisit $3,000, etc. But currently the price is sat at $3,130. Actually, a descent down to $3,000 wouldn't be any big drama, but I think if we are going to take a dip, it is going to go significantly further, and I'll show you on the chart what I'm looking at the moment, and basically the scenarios which I think are potentially going to play out for both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So let's jump across to that now. So jumping across to Ethereum on the 1 hour. Now, something very interesting has been happening on Ethereum. We have been kind of caught within this channel. Yesterday we did break above this high here, and I did sort of anticipate that we were potentially going to be heading higher, but as you noticed, we did take a bit of a break and then we were stiffly rejected, and we did take a big move down here today, all the way down to the bottom here at around $3,074. So we pay attention to the news story we just read. It said down to $3,000, $74 off isn't really very far away. But this, guys, is quite a sizable pattern, and we do know that if we do see a breakout, and we did see a break below this level, but as you can see, we've then come back inside, we've come back, we've retested it, and now we appear to be pushing back towards the upside. Now, if we are to be able to push back, don't be surprised if we do see quite a quick gain, because we do usually complete these patterns about 75% of the way through. And notice this is a continuation, or bullish continuation pattern, because we did enter it from a bullish position and we are getting these higher lows each time. which does indicate that we are getting buying pressure at higher levels. Before we were wicking down to 2,949, now we've just wicked down to just over $3,000, and we are again finding more buying pressure. If we are able to hold above this level and push back towards this level, then I think are going to run out of time, because we do need to sort of complete these patterns, and they do tend to complete around sort of 75% of the way through. If we are able to push back up to this level, and this level, as we talked about yesterday, is a key Fibonacci level, and it's the 618. If we can break through that, then we're going to take the height of this channel and we're going to move it up to a potential breakout position. And as we can see, guys, that would take us up to around the 3,000 or just shy of 3,800. If you followed along with yesterday's video, you'll notice that this is around the next Fibonacci level for Ethereum. So we're hanging in the balance at the moment with this very key level. And if we're able to hold it and push back towards the upside, then we could be in for something very exciting. But also be aware that, we are currently sat at the bottom of this pattern, and we could also see a potential break towards the downside. If we do see this turnaround, then this could see us heading back towards the $2,720. And if we look back historically, this turned here was a clear line of resistance before being pushed back down. We eventually broke up, turned it into support, and then pushed back up. Again, found it as support here. So it's clearly a significant level for us, as you probably don't want to come here to hear about Bitcoin, being that this is an Ethereum video. Unfortunately, Bitcoin does call the shots when it comes to what Ethereum is doing. Ethereum just tends to move much more dramatically due to its market cap size. If you look at Bitcoin, we've been traveling up through this ascending wedge, which ultimately is a bearish pattern, but we have come down to these levels. And if we look within this bearish pattern, we've actually created a more bullish pattern in this descending wedge in the yellow lines. As you can see, guys, a couple of hours ago we came down, we found support here. If we're able to bounce to this top layer here, have a breakout, then ultimately that will bring us back in line, back up towards the $50,000, $51,000, which is again a key level on the Fibonacci on the Bitcoin chart. And we could see potentially that is well in line with the Ethereum breakout that we just talked about, where they could find themselves at this same level at the same time. Now, ultimately, as I mentioned, guys, this climbing wedge is a bearish pattern, and if we can't continue to find support and we do drop below this level here, approximately $46,800, then we are likely to see a retrace down towards the sort of $38,000 level. But nothing is guaranteed, guys. It's still a bull market, and we are still expecting that we will see a continuation in both the Bitcoin and the Ethereum price. So in terms of trading it at the moment, I'm still sitting on the sidelines. I will be looking for Bitcoin to make a break outside of this pattern. If Bitcoin makes a break outside of that pattern, I will be going long on Ethereum. If flicking back to the Ethereum chart, if we are able to push back up here, then I will be looking to add to my long position here, where hopefully we can see this ride nicely up towards the $3,800 level, which would obviously put us in a good position. But we are potentially going to see a bit of a cool off. Whether that happens now, whether we're able to climb further up before a potential cool off, then we need to play things by ear. But people are very much more cautious. You can tell the market isn't moving as quickly because people are playing more cautiously, and many people would have had their fingers burnt a couple of months ago. So it's understandable that Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc. is moving. Although steadily increasing in size, we are seeing people perhaps reacting a little bit more sensibly than they were before, which is perhaps why we're seeing things move a little bit slower, which isn't too much of a bad thing. But as I mentioned, guys, key levels for Ethereum here. If Ethereum fails to keep above the sort of $3,100 level and has a close outside of this pattern, then in my opinion, we are going to be pushing down towards the $2,700 level. So those are the two scenarios. Unfortunately, guys, I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't tell you exactly what is going to play out, but either one of those scenarios, in my opinion, is basically what I am looking at. If we do take a dip to the downside, then I will be looking to accumulate more at around the level of $2,700. So it's all very much in the balance, guys. Obviously, guys, this is just for entertainment. This is not financial advice. This is just what I am planning to do. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.